Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to Heart of a Hobbit here on the Lotro Twitch channel. Twitch.tv/Lotro stream is where you are right now. Unless you're watching this from the future, in which case you're probably on YouTube or on Twitch. You could be on either. That's probably the only two places you'll find this video though. But welcome, and here I am with my Hobbit Rosenbloom, who is hanging out and getting ready to go do some anniversary festival stuff. So it is the 19th anniversary, as you can see by the little diamonds up above the top there on my screen. So yes, Lotro has been around for 19 years. Crazy. I'm working my way through something else, so that's why that guy's here. Just ignore him. But what I thought we would do today is do a little bit of running around for the anniversary festival, but the main thing I thought we would focus on is there are some missions that are only available during the festival. So I thought we would go and check those out, and Affadil's gonna come along and help us out, so that'll be great. Okay, so first thing we want to do, so when you log in initially, you get a mail or a quest, and it bestows on you, well, I don't know what I may have consumed it, I suppose, but it gives you a map. And if you follow that map, you'll end up in Bree, which is, you know, lovely. Bree is a lovely place. However, that's not where you want to be to get this whole thing started. So let's do that. So where you really want to be is here at the party tree in the Shire. So let's go down closer to the party tree itself. And you'll see there is a group of people clustered around this poor overworked hobbit over here. That's where we want to go. So there's going to be a handful of quests that we're going to pick up from this guy. Now, when you first are starting, you will talk to, here, I guess I should put names on so you can see his name. So Waldo Rumble here in the middle is the guy you want to talk to, right there. This hobbit guy right here. So when you talk to him, he's going to have for you a whole series of quests. In fact, let me turn my audio down just a little bit. I've been playing with my audio settings today. Something went awry, and so I've been changing my settings, so I'm still tweaking. Anyway, so when you first talk to him, he's going to give you a handful of things. One of the quests he has for you is this thing called Another Lovely Year. And with that one, it's basically, that is your daily wrapper. So you want to pick that up for him, and he wants you to go off and do 7 anniversary festival activities. Yeah, he says, look around, participate in participate in the things that sound good to you. Okay, so let me get out of the space here because there's so many people there. But other things that you might pick up from him will include, let's see, Anniversary Adventure. I think that might be one of them. Oh, I'm capped on stuff. I should go check that out. So basically, he gives you the daily wrapper, and then he gives you an umbrella wrapper for that daily. And then one is, it gives you 2 basically. One is called, a yearly yield, and one I think is called Another Lovely Year. Oh no, that's the daily. One of them might be the Anniversary Adventure, and then you've got this quest that's not really even a quest called Anniversary Celebration. Instances have arrived, and that's really just to remind you that there is an anniversary instance. There's only one. Maybe there'll be more in the future, but right now there's only one. Now, another thing you can pick up from him is basically an anniversary scavenger hunt card for a particular year. So if you're starting at the very beginning, oh, hey, I have somebody I know here. Let me give a hug. A couple of folks I know. Oh, I see. Okay, so hang on just a second. Me. Again, playing around with settings. There we go. Okay, so one of the things that he will also give you, I'm going to say bye to these two, is basically he'll say, hey, go do an anniversary scavenger hunt event. And that's what these scrolls are that are hanging here on the tree. So when you click on the scroll, it will pull up the current anniversary scavenger hunt card that you will have access to. So if you're just beginning, it'll be year 1. So for example, year 1, Tails. So there's Tails, Travels, and Trifles. I think that is the case for every year. And they focus on different things. So in this case, year 1, Tails is about patting some of Farmer Maggot's dogs and dancing on a table in the Prancing Pony and things like that. The Travels, in this case, is like go to a bunch of monuments. So go to the Giant's Needle, go to High King's Crossing, stuff like that. And then Old Foes is go defeat this list of people that you've probably defeated before. So Skagosi says, good evening, Little Red MB4, yay festival. Yes, hello Skagosi, good to see you. Yeah, so each year has those 3 categories. And so once you finish one of those, then you go back and you turn it in and he'll give you the prize. So for example, the Frodo one gives LI experience. Oh, sorry, finishing that thing gives you stuff, but then turning in the card to him, that's where you get fancy stuff. So this is where I would get a Stone of Eric, a Tome of Farmer Maggot's dog, and the scrap of paper. Now the scrap of paper, you collect those and eventually it leads you to finding another yard item, another decorative thing. So that is all the information about that is contained in the Lotro Wiki, lots of spoilers there. But if you are interested to figure out how to do that or what those scrap of papers, how they all work together, you can go to the Lotro Wiki and get some information about that. So basically, as you are doing these anniversary cards, each year will give you some reward. One, just doing one of the 3 will give you this reward. Now, there is both a regular version. Oh, thank you. Spoiler warning. And there you go. There's the link to it. So there's you'll notice that some of these say like year 1, blah, 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 blah. And some of these say Eriador year whatever, blah, 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 blah. And that's because there are 2 different types of the quests. So there's the Eriador version, and then there's the regular version. The Eriador version is the way to go if you're looking for the quicker way of going and doing it, because the Eriador version will cover this. Everything you have to do is in this space. Now, there might be some instances you have to do, there might be some stuff that's level 50, but it's all going to be in this space. If you take the regular one, it could be all over all of this. It's not going to take you down to Haradwaith. Probably doesn't come in water. Maybe it does, actually. Anyway, it's going to be in all over these places. So there's going to be things that you need to do that might be level 110 or something. So just keep that in mind, that's why there's 2 different versions. And completing a year 1 regular and completing an Eriador year 1, whatever, it gives you the same rewards. You'd end up with 2 Stones of Eric, 2 things of the dogs and so forth. So you don't have to do all of them. I was silly and I picked them all up, and now they're sitting here in my quest log, and I probably didn't need to, but I just kept going and picking them up. Another thing you'll run into is over here is his niece has the other card. So let me double check again. So I think like Eriador, and then turn that into Odelia. Okay, so yeah, so I think the Eriador versions go to Waldo Rumble, and the regular versions go to his niece. I'm not, yeah, I don't, basically, if you end up doing the scavenger hunt things, it will consume a lot of your time and energy. But they're really fun and interesting. So I would say they're definitely worth doing, but maybe, you know, have that be something where you're like, hey, I want to go and do this because I think it'll be fun. Like one of the ones I picked up is Year 11, Eriador Year 11 Trifles, Long List of the Ents. And so it's like, it wants me to go and find these people or things, these creatures around Middle Earth. So, you know, a lot you could be doing. Basically, here's the way to think of it. Okay, so when I first get started with an anniversary festival, I'm always like, it's so hard to do the daily wrapper. But the reason for that is, so most of the way I was thinking about this is most of the Lotro festivals are celebrating something. Spring, farmer's fair, you know, the harvests, those sorts of things. And so they'll have everybody kind of coalescing around one particular area or place or, you know, region in order to celebrate that specific thing. So it is as if the people within Middle Earth are celebrating a thing. You know, the people within Middle Earth are, you know, glad that the spring has come, and so we're celebrating the spring fest, you know, by having a spring festival. The anniversary festival is different because we're celebrating the anniversary of the game. And so we're not celebrating so it's a different perspective, right? Because all the other ones are basically from the character perspective of celebrating something within the world. And this is more as a player, we're celebrating things externally. We're celebrating the game. So that's when I started to think about it and realize, yeah, that makes a lot more sense because this festival really wants you to go to a whole bunch of different places in order to do things for the festival. But once you think about it from that perspective, it makes sense because this is a kind of a let's celebrate Lord of the Rings Online by going to Ered Luin, going to the Shire, going to Bree, going to Combe, like going to all these different places, or not Combe, yeah, and no, yes, Combe. So celebrating all these different places, celebrating Lord of the Rings Online by going and revisiting places that we've probably seen before in our travels. So then it kind of makes sense. So the problem you run into, though, is that it's not straightforward on how to do, you know, those 7 quests quickly and then, you know, like move on to your next character so your next character can run through it. Because people, like in the first couple days, are often like, well, where's there a quick guide? And there really isn't one because there isn't a quick way to get your 7 quests in. So, but I'll show you today some of the things that you can do, but mainly then I want to go and focus on the missions that are special and only available during this festival. That is something that they have added in recent years. So what it has been previously though, so you've got, just to kind of overview what we've got. So you've got your wrapper there, you talk to him. You can pick up the anniversary scavenger hunt stuff here if you want to. Again, not something that'll be fast, but something that's interesting. Okay. And then if you go down the hill, there's one of the people participating in what's called the gift chain, that basically the first person you talk to has a gift that they want to give to somebody else. And so you take that gift to that person and they're like, wow, that's awesome. Thanks for this gift. I would like to give a gift to this other person. Can you go drop this off for me? And so it goes on from there. So I started here with Dudo Chubb and, oh, it's not going to bring it up for me. No, I can't. Okay. But basically he had a dwarf shield and I'll just point it out real quick. So I picked up the dwarf shield from him. He wants me to take it to a guy up outside of, like in Thorin's Gate area, the big area down below. And then you take that to him, and then he has a gift for the guy inside the pub in the basement area of Thorn's Hall. So you take that gift to him. So then he has a gift for a guy in Bree, in the center of Breetown. You take that gift to him. He has something for somebody in Combe. That person has something for somebody else in Combe. And then that person has something for somebody back in Mickledelving in the Shire. And then that person has something back here for Dudo here in Hobbiton. So that's the circle that you would be making with those folks. Everybody says, I want to celebrate the existence of a Hobbit captain, but alas. Well, you can celebrate Sam, even though he's not in the game, right? I mean, you can't play Sam. Yeah. Okay, so that's one series of things. And each time you deliver one of those gifts, it counts for the anniversary festival. The problem is, sure, there's a route, and it's 7, I'm pretty sure. But once you do that route, it doesn't reset until it's not a daily. It's twice a week. It resets on overnight on Thursdays and going into Mondays. So you want to basically finish the chain by end of the day on Wednesday and by end of the day on Sunday, and then the whole thing will reset for you again. So what I often do with a lot of my characters is I will do like 2 of the quests of the gift chain as part of my 7, and then I've got some other things. So I'll show you what else I do. So let's go over to Bree. One of the things you can do is up in Thorn's Hall, it's the beer brawl thing where you're hitting people with a club and knocking them into the air. So that's something you can do unlimited. You can just do it over and over and over again. And you can stand there and hang out and do that for, all day. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's a 9-minute cycle. Because it seems like a lot of times in Lotro when they do stuff like that, there tend to be 9-minute cycles where it's 3 minutes of waiting, 3 minutes of the event, and then, 3 minutes of waiting, then 3 minutes of picking up the quest and being prepared for it, and then 3 minutes of the actual event. And then you're back down to 3 minutes of waiting. So, so I'm guessing it's probably a 9-minute rotation, but it could be 7. Anyway, another thing you can do are at the festival grounds, there's the horse race. And then down in the Shire, there's also the horse race down there. So you could run out over here. So that's 2 that you can do every day, the horse races. Again, this one's not too bad to get to because you're already in Bree to do other things. Here, we'll go ahead and just run it.
Would you do something for me?
I can do something for you. Well, if running this race is what you mean, then yes, I can do this for you. Now, I used to zoom way farther out, but I've noticed if there's ever any lag or anything, it's likely to have less lag the more zoomed in you are, because it doesn't have to do all the assets. It doesn't have to load all the assets and everything at a distance and all that stuff. So there's reasons for it. So anyway, I have gotten better and better at getting more and more zoomed in. But that's something is when you're learning how to run this race, is try and do it when it's quiet on the server, and then you'll have less lag between your computer and their computers. And then, and you can start it with if your character's, if you zoom way out so you can really see what you're doing. And then as you get better and better at it, maybe zoom further and further in. So there we go. So that is...
Greetings,
1. I have participated in 1 anniversary festival activity. Yay. Okay. So that's 1. And then you could also, like I said, do the one in the Shire, which I find the fastest way to get there is to go to the Shire homesteads and then come out of there and just ride over. It's not too far. And then you're at the... you can then just turn around and go back in the neighborhood to get to the far-ranging stable master. So now another thing you'll find is up here, and this is where there are 2 different quests. However, they are never concurrent. So during the nighttime phases of the game, of which we are in right now, you'll have this where you're letting off fireworks. So let's go ahead and do that. So we pick up the quest here from Winston.
Hello, friend.
And basically we have to listen to this guy over here, this festival announcer, and he's going to tell us which color firework to put up. Now I am also running with Festival Buddy 2, I should say. And that gives me an overlay over the event. So this is the thing that's on your screen and the fireworks show up there. But I've got the overlay, and so it shows me, see how it's highlighted, which fireworks I should do. And it knows this because it's able to listen in game to what the fireworks announcer says, and then it also puts it up on the screen for me with a timer. So I know if I'm like looking at something else, petting the cat, whatever, I'm like, oh, okay, I've got 17 seconds, I'm good. Or it's like, oh, it's the last 2 seconds. Oh no, maybe I shouldn't launch a firework because I might not get it off in time, you know, for it to count, that sort of thing. So, so I really like using Festival Buddy 2. I find that really, really handy. Now with the UI changes, I must have adjusted some of my UI settings back a while ago because the UI in-game thing and then the overlay from Festival Buddy 2 don't match up right now. And so I mentioned this to before, and so he's got some thoughts on the idea on this whole thing. Which, I don't know, maybe he'll talk about during his stream. So, what does it say? Snafuto said, to save time on your busy days, you can stock up on envelopes on your not busy days before turning in the quest, so you have 100 or so in your inventory and don't have to run around for them on your busy days. So yes, that is another quest, which is chasing envelopes. Okay, technically it's finding six things, but you know, it's chasing envelopes. That's really what we're doing. So I'll show you guys that quest here in a second. We'll go ahead and finish off this fireworks quest. Why not? Now, the timer for how long it takes for a firework to reset versus... Okay, so you got like 18 seconds for the thing, and then looks like 10 seconds on the fireworks. So theoretically, you can do... Maybe it's more like... I feel like it's closer to each other, so maybe like 17 and 11 or 12 or something like that. But anyway, it is possible to light off 2 fireworks within one announcement, but then you have to wait a little bit into the next announcement. But we can go ahead and finish this off. Okay, so now he's given us a nice gold ring here, so we can turn that in. Yay. Now these two here, a young Brandybuck and a young Took, they are also the holders of another quest. However, they will not talk to you to give you the quest at night. During the day, they stand more here in the middle area, about here. And one of them will give you the quest, and then when you're done with it, you turn it into the other one. It's kind of funny. Now, you can only pick up that quest during the day. However, if you have that quest in your quest log, in your inventory, whatever, you can work on it at night. So what they want you to do is they want you to ride around town and find places on the ground to put down a firework that goes off, and then it kind of like reminds people standing nearby to come and check out the fireworks display. That's their deal. So you can pick up that quest during the day, and then you can come back and do this fireworks thing at night, and then do it all at the same time. Another interesting thing is this fireworks quest. It resets after 30 minutes. It's not a daily, it's a 30-minute one. And the nighttime cycle lasts for longer than 30 minutes. So in theory, you can do the fireworks multiple times the same day. And it does increment it does count for your wrapper. So that's really awesome. Okay, Snafuto says, the best place I've found to farm the envelopes is by the South Bree Gate. Okay, so the fireworks thing, there's like a spot there, there's a spot here. I've noticed, oh, here's an envelope flying by, but I don't have the quest yet, so I cannot pick up that envelope. So like if I try to interact with this envelope, it's just going to completely ignore me. But what I can do is go down the hill. Yeah, so before it says, oh, after 3 hours plus waiting for the night cycle, you could do the entire wrapper with fireworks. Yes, you can. It's very true. I've gotten like 3 with per character, I think, with fireworks in one day. Okay, so this is where you pick up the envelopes quest. Is from this guy right here. And there are envelopes all over the place. You will find, like, for example, here's one, and it's just laying there. It's not going anywhere. The way to get to it is to jump up here on this end, and then you go all the way along. So I'll let this person do it. Looks like they're keen to go get it. There you go. So that's what, and then you walk along the path, and then you can pick that one up. And there's one here that's static. There's one, oh, it's actually there right now. There's one over here by this guy that's static. So there's a number of them that you can pick up that aren't flying around. But this area is generally very busy with people all chasing envelopes together. So this is like the worst place to try and collect envelopes. But yes, as Snafuto was saying, lots of other good places to go. South Bree. I've been getting a bunch of them in this area lately. Oh, here's another static one. But hang on, let me see if I can find a flying one. So we can do a flying one together real quick. They are generally all over the place, but they kind of respawn, you know, so sometimes there's some respawn time to wait. I generally don't have this much waiting, though. That's really funny. So there's often one against that wall. Okay, maybe I should just get on my mount. That's so funny. Usually they're just flying by and you're like, plenty of them. Okay, there's one. So basically, here, we'll click on it. So you can see it has a path, and it's generally going one direction. And sometimes they weave back and forth a little bit. But eventually, it will, like, change directions. And so, and like that. Now, it has a path. It does not have a different path. Like, this is the path it will always follow, this particular envelope. So what you can do is basically, so if I try to capture it, so if I hit, capture, it's like, it's too far away. Okay, so if I run up to it, capture it, nope, it's too far away. So you can't be behind it and catch it. You have to get in front of it and catch it. So if I'm here, it's coming to me, and then I was able to catch it. So, so that's about the envelopes quest. And then you have a bunch of envelopes in your inventory, hopefully, and you'll work on opening them. Oops. And you need 6 invitations, and it's possible that you will get an invitation when you open it. It's also possible you'll get a piece of paper, an unwanted message, an old unwanted letter which was seemingly discarded. You can sell this item to any vendor for some coin, so at least you get some money out of that. You might get the toast emote, which is pretty awesome. It is bound to a count, so you can trade that within all of your characters, but can't sell it on the auction house or anything. You might get, there's a Worsted cosmetic set that you might get, or you might get an anniversary coin. I think that's the full list of them. So here, let's go ahead and start opening some envelopes. So that is a festival invitation. So that's 1, another one, that's 2, 3. Oh, I got an unwanted message. That's money. There's 4. Watch my general output. There's 5 and 6. So now notice I cannot open any more envelopes, and I also cannot interact with envelopes anymore in any way or form. I can't pick up any more envelopes either. But that's okay. We're going to go turn this quest in.
How can I be of service?
All right, we're done with that. So we've done 3 quests so far, and we've already been here a while, it feels like. Half an hour, we got 3 quests done. No, so basically what I would do at this point, oh, hang on. That little quintessential fawn is new this year. Isn't that a cute little fawn? Cordovan apparently streamed like a week and a half ago or so, and on Friday, and was showing off some of the stuff. That one is very cute. Okay, anyway, so I have done the gifts quest all the way here to Roger. So, for example, if I turn it into Roger, you give him his gift, and he interacts, he emotes. Tasty brew! Rundolph makes the best stuff. I don't know how that got here without me spelling it, but sure. And then he wants me to interact with him, so he is then like, hey, do you happen to be on your way to Combe? I've got this gift I want to give to somebody there. So you basically have to interact with them twice, once to drop off the gift and once to get the new quest from them. Okay, so that's most of the quests, really. You've got the fireworks on the hill at night. You've got fireworks for the hobbits during the day, running around doing that 6 places. You've got the 2 horse races. You've got the thing at Thorin's Hall where you hit people with the stick, the club. You've got the envelopes here, and then we've got the gifts chain. So that's pretty much, you know. Oh, and then the anniversary quest, anniversary scavenger hunt stuff. Those do count. They just take a lot of time. So if you're looking for a quick 7 anniversary scavenger hunt, ain't gonna do it for you. But one thing that has come up, which is cool, is I think they may have started this last year, is if we go into the Prancing Pony, we're gonna go into the Prancing Pony. Oh, sorry. So, hang on, go back to the chat there for a second. So, talking about doing the fireworks overnight, before points out that sadly, nighttime only lasts for an hour and 24 minutes. So, if you do it at 0, 30, and 60, you could do it 3 times. There you go. And then you have to wait 24 minutes plus an hour and 42 minutes. So 2 hours and 6 minutes until you can do the next 3, and then wait again for the last one. So probably not an efficient use of time. No, probably not. What I ended up doing today is on Peregrine, I logged in and it was night. So I ran all of my characters through the festival, or through the fireworks then. Did a couple other quests, and then I went and took a shower, and then I came back, and then it was night again. So, yeah, that was the way to do that. Yes, Nafuto says, correction, collect them before opening the 6th invitation and not turn in the quest. Yes, you can. And so, yes, as Nafuto was pointing out, you can farm envelopes, you know, till the cows come home. But once you have opened up enough envelopes and found the 6th invitation, then again, you can't interact anymore. Okay, let's do. I'm gonna do a cough drop. All right, so we're in the Prancing Pony. Are you on your way? Okay, awesome. So, you'll notice there's a horde of people in the corner, which that's not normally the case, right? So, gosh, why would that be? Well, because they have stuck this poor guy in the corner. I wonder if I can get on top of here. Ha ha ha! Excellent. So this hooded stranger chilling out here in the corner. Poor guy stuck in the corner, surrounded by people now. So he maybe last year started giving quests. And then this year there were like 4 new missions. Sorry, missions. Quests, but missions that were added onto him. So when you were talking to Waldo back at the party tree, this year he has a special quest, which I already did. I wasn't sure how it was going to go, so I kind of played around with it, and I actually ended up completing it. So let me see if I can... Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, Hang on just a second. Let's make sure we don't get hit for music problem. Okay, so anniversary celebration instances have arrived, and I think that was last year. And then the anniversary adventure, no, I don't know where it went, but basically, oh, I'm at max of my figments. I need to go deal with that in a second. But basically, he gave me a quest, Waldo did, to come and do the 4 new quests with this guy, the 4 new missions with this guy. So I did that. And then there was a follow-on, and I did that. And then I thought, oh, maybe he awards this quest like every week. That has not yet been the case. So my apologies. I did not intend to complete it off stream. I meant to do it during the stream, but it just kind of, yeah, that kind of happened. Actually, before we start, since I have a second, I'm going to run out and take care of my figments. I forgot that I finished wrappers. No, it's okay because I want to get the experience on this rose. So I'm trying to get this character to max level again. She was at 150, which was the max, and then they, you know, added the new stuff and raised the cap to 160. So I've been trying to get her to 160 since then, but I don't do a lot of questing with this character. So festivals are really the only time when I am working on raising the level of this character. The only time when I'm doing on-level quests with this character. But the missions we're going to do are going to be on level. So we'll go do that here in a second. But let me just double check. So Rowan Raspberry is around, and she's got some cute like mushroom stuff. So like that's the mushroom hunter's hat. Yeah, she's got a mushroom set. Harmonious. She's got a lot of cosmetic stuff that I am not looking for. All right, here we go. We got a bunch of pets that I don't have on this character. How am I doing for the mounts? How do I feel about the mounts? I think I will go with the pet. I'm actually quite surprised I don't have a lot of this. I'm not sure why. I guess because she's was my second main, like my secondary main, kind of. Okay, so I think I want the Mushroom Hunter's Corgi. So I'll grab that. And that will spend down 4,000 of my figments. So we're good. Excellent. Now I have a new pet. Also, the curator is here. So the curator has basically become like the catch-all. So as things cycle through Rowan Raspberry, Myrtle Mint, and Filbert Fig, then when they get new stuff, the old stuff filters over to the curator. So she's up to 12 pages of stuff now. But thankfully, there's a drop down at the top. And let me scooch that so you can see that better. So there is a drop down at the top. And so you can switch through the different cosmetics, armors, sets. These are all cosmetics. None of them give you any benefits. But they're, you know, fun if you want to dress up a certain way. But then, yeah, there's a separate category for mounts, and then, which is still just 1 page, and a category for pets, which is 1 page currently. And then housing decorations, 1, housing decorations, 2. So, oh, and now a housing decorations 3. So it's growing. Housing decorations 2 is where you will find those alchemist glass gardening houses. That came up recently in conversation, so mentioning that, because one of those, the bigger one, you can actually walk inside, but the smaller one you can only see from the outside. You can't go inside of it. So, yeah, before it says, I need a drop down called Stuff I Want and Stuff I Don't Care About. Gotcha. Okay, so now we have, so basically every time you finish one of the, every 3 days when you finish the wrapper, for the festival, there is, hang on, let me see, here it is. Oh, I need to remove that, thank you. You get, there we go. So this one will be 500 Figments of Splendor, and I just finished it with a handful of characters in the last couple days, so, in the last day or two. So that's why it was just like piling up, and I was like, oh, I really need to get Rose over there and buy some stuff. Okay, So here we're back. Now, these are missions. So we've done missions before on stream, but just let's review. Basically, a mission is like a dungeon, a little side quest, however you want to look at it. It's something that's set in the world, but it's a small encapsulation where you're just going to go do something very specific, that has a little storyline that goes with it that connects to something else going on in Middle Earth, and then once you finish that, you have a little quest giver person who's going to bring you back, and you're going to come right back to here. And turn it in back to the Hooded Stranger. So it's just a quick little loop where you go on a little adventure, and then you come back, and you're back to this guy. So hello, Rivendell. Hello. So that's what missions are. Now, some missions have something inside them called a delving stone. And when you walk up to that delving stone, you can put in a, I was going to say defective, that's not the right word, corrupted gem, basically. And you push this corrupted gem into this, there's like a crevice in the stone, and you can shove it in there, and it cracks open that stone, and it gets the malice, the stuff, the corruption out of that stone, and then it feeds it into the area right nearby. And at first you're thinking, oh my gosh, that sounds terrible. Well, yeah, it's not great, but what it does is then it goes into the nearby baddies that you're already interacting with, and when you defeat them, it also defeats that corruption that came from the stone. So you're kind of doing two things at once, right? You're accomplishing the quest that you've been sent in there to do, thin the orcs in this area because they're encroaching on the local farmers, for example. So okay, so you're thinning out the orcs, but then you've also like added corruption and badness to these orcs, but then once you defeat them, you then are defeating that corruption that you added onto them. So it's a twofer that you can do. You can only do that additional corruption with the standing stone, or with the stones, with the delving stones. You can only do that when you're at max level for the server, and max level on these servers is 160. So I am trying to get my character back up to max, level 160 now, so that way I can do those delvings again. But right now I'm level 159 and a smidge, so we're going to go in and do some of these special things. So what we have are a gift for the north, a rare vintage, evil in the ruins, Lalia's safe passage, orc thieves, rescued by moonlight, spiders in the quarry, the fortress of Ulnanthron, the orcs of Nan-Wathran, and Thornley's revenge. And they all have like this little image next to them, which at first I thought was like the little praying hands. But no, it's supposed to be the delving stone because it has that kind of stone, this carved stone thing going onto it. So, what do you want to start with?
Well, if you want something new, we can start at the bottom and work our way up.
Okay, let's do that.
Familiar with top down.
Let's do it with the bottom. Okay, we're going to start with Thornley's Revenge. I just realized these are alphabetical, with the sorting under the T's and A sorting under the A's. That's
why you gotta use numbers.
That's really sad. Yeah, that's why you need numbers. Okay, so Thornley's Revenge.
Should I speak with you?
So what's going on here? Here's our objective. Now, let me point out a couple things here real quick, though. So it says quest level 159 because I'm level 159. Type solo. However, you can run these as solo or duo, and so we are in a duo fellowship. We're in a small fellowship here, and so we are able to run this together. You can't run it at 3 though. You can only do 1 or 2 persons in this. Even though it says solo, it does allow for 2. And so I'll show you something else here in a second. So, okay, a local farmer, Rob Thornley, was recently captured and tortured by a tribe of orcs from the north called the Tarkips. He's now safely back home, recovering from his ordeal, but his wife tells us Rob cannot sleep at night, knowing these orcs are still out there. He must have his revenge on the Tarkips and the one called the Red Reaver. Would you be the one who can put them to heal? Okay. And this quest will be removed from your quest log when the current festival ends, and it's a repeatable quest that you have never completed. So I'm going to accept this. And now Affadil is also going to choose this quest and accept it. Affadil is going to go ahead and start this. So I'm going to get a pop-up that says your fellowship has started the private encounter mission Thornley's Revenge. So I'm like, I would like to catch up. I said, okay, sure. Now, if I click on mine, it's not going to work because that's trying to put me into a 159 level quest, which Affadil is 160. So by going in first, Affadil has started the mission, Thornley's Revenge, for our fellowship at her level, which is 160. So we are now in a 160 level event because that's the level of the person who started it. Oh, sure. What are you giving me? A cloak. I cannot use it. Oh, it's minimum level 160. I see.
You will.
I will. Okay. Oh, and I probably should get off of that bar. I was on the social bar. So now we have in front of us this delving stone. I am unable to interact with it because I am not max level. However, Affadil can interact with it. And so Affadil can be running this as if it is a delving, but it does not count for me. I don't get credit for it as a delving, but Affadil will. So that's nice. Hey, Pamela! Pamela says, hello there, team, Hobbit team and viewers. Welcome to hello to you as well. It's been a while. So yeah, so we're doing some anniversary missions. Oh yeah, sorry, I did not put my fast feet on before. This guy is from the Spring Festival, and it's like you do enough of the... Oh, hang on, I gotta... You consume a pie and he shows up. And so I collected a bunch of pies between myself and a bunch of alts. And once you consume like 75 of those pies, you have a permanent ability to call this guy to you, I guess. Not that I'm looking to do that, but it's like a 5-minute cooldown for when you can eat the pies. So I am trying to just kind of work my way through it when I'm thinking about it and not in the middle of something else. I'm like, oh, I should do another one of those pies. So Play Stuff says, hello friends, hope everyone is doing well. I think so. Hey, Pamela, I don't know if you heard, but the May Queen and King stuff is going to be put on pause for now. Alright, so we're delivering vengeance. It just says deliver more vengeance. So we've delivered 3 out of 8 vengeance. I'm not sure how you can quantify vengeance, but sure. More vengeance delivered. That's great. It's very silly. My wrath! You will feel my wrath. For the gray hammer. For the gray hammers! Alright, so now we gotta find the Red Reaver. Do you want me to do a search? Yeah. Humanoid. Nope, we just have a violent Tarkip Scrapper, Tarkip Grunt. Oh, okay, sure. There you go. Oh yeah, I saw some dots on the side. So yeah, so I have a goal of getting this character back up to 160. The Red Reaver is here. There he is. He's standing in the doorway. Prepare to die, puny hobbit. It is you who will die, puny Tarkip. Alright, talk to the hooded stranger in the Prancing Pony. Thankfully, Rose Thornley is here to see us back. Now, we're in combat, but I can totally dip out if I want to. Although I think I might get experience for that, so I was waiting. Okay, so why does it matter if I'm at max for this character? It doesn't necessarily. However, it would allow me to do the delvings. Oh, so when you're coming out of these missions, and this is all over Middle-earth, not just this guy, but just like missions in general, it takes it a moment for you to transition
What can I do
from
for you?
being in the mission to being back here in landscape. So sometimes even though I'm back, you know, in the Prancing Pony or wherever, and I'm running up to the guy, there's still like a pause sometimes for it to kind of like, you know, transition you from the one to the other. Should we do the orcs of Nanwethrin?
Hello, friend. Could you help me with something?
So we have Elf Lord Gildor Inglorian of the House of Finrod begs your aid. He is worried for Lyn Galaith, a small elven village in the North Downs, has recently weathered an attack by stone trolls, left them short on food and supplies. They have yet to recover and recently learned that orcs in Nanwethrin will move against them. Scouts report that these orcs are being led by a great Urik of Angmar called Drikord. Perhaps if this Uruk were slain, Lyn Galaith would be spared further ruin. Were you to strike at Nanwethrin, defeat Druklord, and dishearten the orcs there, or their plans to further harm, Lyn Galaith would be undermined. Okay, so we'll do that. And again, we'll go ahead and have Affadil start it, because then it's it's just one step higher than me, but sure. But it still allows me to get just a little bit more experience out of that deal. Oh, hey, speaking of experience, hang on. Do I still have one of those on me? Now, let me grab, give me just a second here. Yeah, that transition from one to the other. Yeah, oh, hang on. Exceptional experience. Yeah, I'm going to grab me one of these, because now I'm going to get bonus XP from defeating monsters and... I think it's already... I mean, it's already... I'm still in the green.
You could have more.
I could have more. Sure. I'll do that in a minute. Pomela says, Queen Rosen for another year. No. No. I don't think that's what I signed up for. It is Queen for Infinity. Yes, I did not plan to go with the, you know, traditional version of, you know, until my death kind of thing. No thanks. No, I like the idea of spreading the love. They're bolstered by corrupt altars. Well, we should uncorrupt this altar. There we go. Got one destroyed. So one of the things that's going on here is we've got this legendary item reward track going. And every time I'm finishing a quest, especially a quest on level, I'm earning experience for that reward track. So these missions, they're giving me some of that XP, which is awesome. The Delvings also do that same thing. They also provide some of that XP. So if I were doing this as not just a mission, but also as a Delving, I'd be getting double the XP for the amount of time that I'm spending in here. So, you know, that would be neat. Especially when there's maybe things that you want off of that reward track. Now, sometimes there isn't a lot of stuff I want from it, but sometimes there is, you know. Goodness. You got all the party. Yeah, they do enjoy your yelling. But yeah, I guess Nanny has decided to kind of take a break from it for now. So I guess at some point maybe I'll talk to Salo and be like, hey, when does our reign end? Let's pick a day and that's it. Because for me, I was like, okay, well, it ends when, you know, the new person is crowned. So I was just waiting for that. And they'd be like, okay, I'm now a former. Woo woo. But yeah, not sure how that works now. We'll figure it out. Oh, but hey, there's a special Brandy Badgers concert coming up. And they'll be talking about... So Salo's been hosting parties through the year that all the seasons are off. So like in the winter, he held a summer party, and in the fall, he held a winter party and so forth. So, or something like that. Or summer was a winter party. So the Badgers concert is talking about that, which is fun. Oh yeah, so that transition time between when you're coming out of a mission and when you're back into landscape. Before it says, think of it like being in a teleporter in Star Trek. You're in both places at once, and you need to finish before interacting with stuff. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I can get behind that idea. Gloomfang has been defeated. Okay, now we just need 2 more corrupt altars. Oh, did we miss one? Oh yeah, and a Packmaster. I'll grab this altar, but I think we may have missed an altar along the way. Oh no, there's one right behind us. Okay. Cool. There was 2 at the end. Awesome. And now we should have somebody with a ring running up to us. Maybe? Oh wait, we haven't been done the big bad. Never mind. He's over here. Yeah, Achilles Melee says the missions give so much XP. I had no idea until I did them this anniversary event. Now, I don't recall them giving quite so much XP, so I think it may be a little off at the moment. Or maybe it's just extra incentive for us to get in and do stuff during the anniversary, you know. Could be all of the above. Pamela says the wargs in this game are so spooky. They fit the description of the beast of Gavudan perfectly, in your opinion. Nice. Yeah. Cats have been sleeping in the sun and being very cute. Okay, but I can turn that in.
What can I do for you?
Kabam. So yeah, I just got a big chunk. So what we were talking about is a thing called perks. So I am going to, so at the bottom, now I'm using a UI skin. So my blue bar at the bottom is actually green. So basically this brown chunk is how much experience I've gotten so far. So I'm like basically in the middle. And then I've got green, like bonus XP till about there. There's a thing called perks. So if you go into your wallet, at the bottom you see a thing called perks. So if I click on that, it gives me a new menu. And from here I can choose from a variety of things. But the top one is Enhanced XP. So I can click on that. It'll cost me 250 Destiny points, of which I have 101,000. So I think I can afford that. So I will use Destiny. Now watch my bar at the bottom. Kabam! Do you see how I just got a big old extra chunk? I'm going to do it one more time. Actually, it looks like I can do it one more time. So it says here, 1 use right there, because you can only have 5 going at a time. So let me do one more. Bam! That takes me to the end. So now I'm going to be getting basically like extra bonus XP through the rest of the time that I'm working on leveling. It has like a timer, like when you use one, then you have to wait like 24 hours or 48 hours or a week, or I don't know, I can't remember. But basically, I can then use the next one again in 5 hours and 5 minutes. So you have like, you can bump up 5 of them, but then it's like you've got all 5 of them going. You have to wait till the timer runs out, and then you can start using them again. So, but yeah, there we go. So I've gone ahead and used some of that in order to kind of boost me a little bit as well. And before it says enhanced XP feels like the only thing we're spending perks on most of the time. Increased running speed in rare situations. Oh, before it says technically they charge up in real time, so 24 hours for each of them. And you can stack up to 5 of them to be ready to use. And you can be under the effects of an unlimited number of them. Achilles asks, can we still earn Destiny points? Yeah, I think I can't remember how I earned Destiny points. I think they do. Yeah, like when you're leveling and stuff, you just get them and they just sit in your wallet. I think you can only use them if you're VIP or like if you're a subscriber or maybe premium account, which means you've purchased something ever in the game, like with real world money. Okay, yeah, everybody says you do get them when you level up. Quotes the wiki saying all players earn them by leveling a character after level 10 for 200 destiny points per level. Well, there you go. But only VIPs can spend them, says Airbnb. I would assume like any subscriber, so lifetime could probably also spend them. So premium cannot, though, is what you're saying? Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the next one. The Fortress.
Greetings, friends.
So it says, a
Will you
fell
lend me your
spirit
ear?
by the name of Ulnathran has been menacing innocents who entered the fields of Fornost. Mincham, a ranger of the north, believes that this evil resides in the ruins of Tham Lorn in the western fields, but he's bound by duty to watch over the road south of Fornost. He could use the help of a seasoned warrior with the strength of heart to face this evil. Well, I'll let you know if I see one. You want to kick it off? Awesome. All right, let me jump in there with you. So I want to click the one at the bottom because it says available private encounters. That's the one that my party has already started. So, and then Affadil's gone ahead and using this as an opportunity to do delvings for a couple of reasons. One, Affadil is now getting that double dip by doing the delving, making things slightly harder for us, but that's okay because we're both running on landscape difficulty. Because we're getting those coins for when we defeat enemies. We get, what are those things called? I forget what they're called, but tokens of heroism. Thank you. Yeah, so we get tokens of heroism when we defeat enemies because we're using landscape difficulty. So that's a reason to stay on that. However, when we come into these missions, we're still on landscape difficulty. And, oh, somebody saw me. But doing these as delvings removes that landscape difficulty. So a delving, even level 1, is actually then basically easier than doing landscape difficulty 3, which is what we normally run on. So that's kind of funny. Wow, there's all sorts of stuff here. Yeah, Achilles was saying, I remember before it went free to play, Destiny points were the main thing you earned for doing deeds. Nice. Yeah, and then they switched it to, you got like a bunch of virtue stuff for doing deeds. And that was how you earned virtues, but then that's changed also. Oh, is this a bad thing? Oh, it is. Let's get rid of that. That's a yucky idol causing bad stuff to happen around here. Now, as before was pointing out, we could have done this over on Peregrine with our mains over there, and in that case, I do have the new quest from Waldo Rumble that I'm working on, but we're not leveling those characters right now. We've got them turtled, and so I want to spend my time when I can getting help with my with this character that I do want to level. We're gonna go that way? That's, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, probably. I find stuff doing stuff on level is still a little challenging for me at times. So I do appreciate getting the help. So yeah, make sure you log into Lotro. Now, technically you don't have to do it during the anniversary festival, but if you do, you get like fireworks and stuff, so that's fun. But make sure you log in at some point over the next like 11 months, because that will increment your year numbers. So I got like year number 9 this year, and I probably already opened it, but it gave me a box with like, that's true. That's what I got. I got a blue orb this year. like Affadil is holding there. So that's fun. So I got one of those. Every one of my characters gets one. Is it a blue orb or is the orb blue? I mean, that's a fair question. Because they also sell a red one in the Lotro store. Goodness. There we go. Yeah, we were playing Saturday, I guess. And I kept forgetting to let the tank get aggro first. So occasionally I was like getting a lot of the aggro and things were stomping on me. I was like, wait a minute. I think I made a mistake. It's like, oh yeah, right. Let the other thing attack first. Is this an idol? Yes, it is. Nice. Oh, going around, okay.
There's a trick.
Be a minstrel?
Be a minstrel.
Before it says, there's a trick to, you know, taking things out like that. Be a minstrel. That's the trick.
It's a good trick. It's got some allies, I think.
Cool. Completed. Yay. All right. Hey, Mincham. Let's go. Okay. So, talking about that legendary item reward track. So mainly it's going to be like Coffers of Ancient Script, enhancement runes, and sealed traceries. So, but more than that, when you get to like level 25, 50, 75, and 100, there's going to be something else that's something different. So in this case, it's for 25, it's a new weapon aura. For 50, it's a vibrant spotted bog lurker cosmetic pet. For 75, it's the wild pasture hoof prints. What? Wild pasture war steed leg cosmetics? I'm curious about that. And then 100 is a rose-colored Mumok calf cosmetic pet, I'm guessing. All right, let me turn that
How can I be
in.
of service?
All right, shall we, what's the next one? Spiders? All right, let's do some
Greetings,
spiders.
Will
Oh,
you
so
lend me
workers
your
at the
ear?
quarry in the Shire broke through into a hidden chamber and released a swarm of spiders. The hobbits in Scary are rather concerned about this turn of events, and I can't blame them. Would you be willing to go to the quarry and help the residents of Scary? The infestation must be contained before spiders move from the quarry into Scary itself. So, sure. And I'll let you start it again.
Didn't do for very much longer.
Yeah,
Didn't do for very much longer.
I know, I'm catching up. We'll get there soon. Oops, I'm not following you. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we got spiders. So we got to do 8 biters, which that is 1. And we need to take out 6 weavers. And then I'm going to guess we need to take out the queen. Now these feel familiar. So either we did these last year or these are, or both, are related to other quests or deeds that we do normally. Yeah, that's it. Before it says this is an extraction of a landscape quest. So I'm like, I know I've done this before. Every time I'm in scary, doing stuff with my hobbits. Now, to be fair, I don't do the scary quest with every hobbit. Is it too scary? Now we don't go, oh, you just finished Enmity of the Spiders. Oh, that's wild. Congratulations. I think I have finished most of my low-level deeds with this character, although I wouldn't be surprised if there weren't a few still outstanding. Oh, I thought we had to do everything out here first. I mean, maybe there's tree weavers in there, but I figured they'll be out here. There's one. And that's a biter. Oh, okay. Awesome. Now we gotta find the queen.
Oh, you had it right.
And she may be out here, actually. Did you find her?
Yeah.
Or she found you? Yes. Queen has been found. Okay. And you got a bonus biter. Biter. Lily Proudfoot just went running right by us. What are you doing, lady? Okay. Let's get out of here. Now, sometimes you can tell that you're back into your landscape zone because, like, the quests that pop up, or in this case, a layering popped up, which, you know, wouldn't
Greetings
have
to
in the
you.
instance or in the mission. Rescue by moonlight.
Hello, friend.
All right.
Could you
She
help
says,
me
it's
with
good you're
something?
here, friend. Help is needed urgently in Ered Luin. Alverthal, son of Cardivore, the lord of Caledon, is the prisoner of Dourhand dwarves. It appears they plan to take him north by ship, destined for an unknown port. The ship expected to transport him is called the Irestone and is moored in the port city of Keladul. Oh, I like this one. While you're in Keladul, the Dourhands possess many treasures stolen from the Longbeards during the years of their occupation in Thorin's halls. Were you to recover those treasure boxes for them, Durin's folk would be forever grateful. Yeah, let's do that. Awesome. Yeah, I think one more and I will be 160. I think this will do it. So yeah, so this is another landscape. I remember this one that you do as part of. It feels like prologue.
Yeah, it's part of the Arid stuff.
Yeah, it's part of Ered Luin, but I feel like it's Ered Luin prologue, perhaps. Okay. Got a treasure box. Grab another one. I find this place interesting because of all the like platforms and stuff that go over the water, and I think that's kind of cool. And then at some point we were trying to figure out where to find something in here, and It's like all over the place, just like climbing up on top of things, going, is it here? Is it here? Is it here? It's like, no, it was none of those things. Excuse you.
There's an exploration point.
Maybe that's what it was. It was trying to find the exploration point.
Yeah.
And it was like, and I thought maybe it was on top of there, and so we tried to climb up there, and like, we did some massive exploration. But that was not the answer. It was not up there. Oh, this is the exploration point over here.
Yeah.
Hey, I've discovered the Spire of Keladul. Apparently, I hadn't. Oh dear.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought I had everything. Uh-oh. We have to... Unless it popped up in any way, regardless. Well, now I've got the docks. But see, I'm not getting a deed popping up. Oh, maybe it's helping work on an already existing deed.
It's
Oh,
under
oh.
Eredlin's scouting the Dower Hands.
Okay, hang on. Let me pull up my deed tracker. So Eriador, Eredlin. Oh, I have a lot I haven't done on this character. I guess not. Dum dum dum. Oops. All right, let's talk to this guy. You're here to free me. Scoregrim Dowerhand has raised a goblin army in the cleft of Rathtareg, and unless we stop him, he will sweep through all of the free lands. There's no time to waste, my friend. We'll need to defeat the captain and his crew if we are to escape from Keladul with our lives and bring word of the danger which grows stronger within Rathtareg. The captain will return soon. Quickly untie my hands. We need to escape from here. Okay. Done. Well, there's the captain. Throw the intruders from my ship. Well, it did manage to knock me out. But we knocked them back out, too. Ho, 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 ho. Victory is ours! Alright, we must hurry. Scoregrim has assembled an army of goblins. We must return now. Okay. There we go. See, you notice how my quest stuff on the side changed. That's how I knew I was back.
Service?
Yay! Ba-bam! 160. Back to full. So, all right. So now, want to do Orc Thieves? All right.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Let's see. Okay, so my kinsman Candaith has been parted from his bow after crossing paths with a band of orcs led by a war master called Uzor. One of War Master Uzor's archers has surely taken it for his own. Go to their encampment, recover the weapon, and while you're there, be on the lookout for lock boxes. Yeah. So this again is another like landscape thing. So now I will start it. And it'll be level 160 because I'm level 160. Now, the Delving Stone now has a ring on it for me, so that's cool. Funny thing is, so Affodil did show up. She's here now. But if we were, like if I phased in and she hadn't yet, and I go and I interact with the Delving Stone, she won't get credit if she's not here, if she's not present when this is done. I don't happen to have a Delving Stone on me. You want to do one?
Sure.
Hey, Pamela says congratulations. Thank you. So now, when we complete this delving, because now I'm participating in the delving, I will get a Delving Stone as a reward.
Might say go ahead and upgrade your allies though. Reforge.
We could try. He's thinking I can reforge my stuff. Okay. Sure. They probably have new slots in them, but I'm not going to worry about it right now.
I did not see mine having new slots.
Yeah, okay. Pamela says, I love Lotro. This game rewards curiosity. You could be playing for the entire 19 years, as the game has been around, and be searching for roving threats in the North Downs, and then you spot a treasure chest where you swear none was before. It's so true. It is wild how it does seem like, you know, you're always discovering. You're like, wait a minute, has that always been there? You know, people who be like, yeah, that's always been there. You're like, well, I haven't seen it before. That is cool. I see. Oh, what level are we doing? We're doing a 7. Okay, all right. So it's going to be a little more challenging than the ones we've been doing. That would explain why Affadil is at 55,000 of her original 339,000 health. Yeah. What do we have today? Well, we got a malice, discharge of virulent substance that will knock you down if not cleansed. Puddles of poison and acid. Fear. Enemies start out doing double damage, but then once they're below 85% health, then that's gone. And on death, malice heals nearby monsters. So taking them one at a time does seem like a wise move. Just in general for this one. Okay. Alright, we're at 2 boxes. So yeah, for the stuff that's on the legendary item reward track, you know, sometimes I am not too worried about it, and sometimes I'm like, yeah, it'd be nice if I can get that, and you know, it just varies. All right, I think we take a group and then maybe go on across the bridge and drag them. He's too far. Okay. That way we don't end up with multiple groups pursuing us all at once. Super easy. I guess we don't need to take them across the bridge.
Well, they have a fear if they get it off.
Yeah, that's fair. Hopefully not off the edge.
Easily getting another group.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep, I think this might be our last group. Well, yeah, maybe. Awesome. It's true. Before I was pointing out that a lot of times we'll do things like Bard 01 and while we're attacking another and so forth.
But we're not doing 12 here. It's just a 7.
We're not doing a 12, it's just a 7, so we're fine. You missed a guy by the bridge. He was hiding. Yeah, he was hiding on the edge of it, so when you ran by him, he was like, ha ha ha! Yeah, he was like right here. Pretty sneaky, huh?
Okay. So how about
Sneaky for an orc. See? Palma is amused by the way you look skipping along after having defeated orcs.
I'm
You're jaunty, yes. Okay, you want me to Bard's Arrow in?
no, well,
You'll do it first?
yeah,
Alright. You ready for me to attack?
good.
Alright, get a little closer. Alright. So we have a custom between us where if it has the moon on it, we're fearing it. If it has the sun on it, we're attacking it. And so in this case, like, one had the sun, so we attack it first. And then the moon was sent away. So then the one that didn't have the sun or the moon was the next one that we attacked. So it kind of helps us focus our fire a little bit when we're in situations like that with multiples. Oh, I just got a steel token. I don't know if you saw that go across the screen. During the anniversary festival, that's something that can happen, is when you defeat enemies, I think they have to be on level, you can get these things called steel tokens. And those are a special bartering item currency that's only available during the festival. They're a steel because they're a steel token. So there's a one of the barterers in Bree that you can talk to, and you can get some special stuff from them. I think I want to trade a bunch of stuff to you. This is how I manage my inventory, as I just give it to B4. Yeah. Whoopsie. All right. Good timing. We just got back. Yeah, I don't have skipping on my character, and I'll tell you why in a second. All right. We got Candace and his bow. So when you're skipping, yeah, let me scooch to the skipping. Where is it? There we go. So move whimsy is the skip, which is great when you're like running around and doing stuff. It's kind of cute. However, let me. Oh, right. Now I get to turn in the delving as well. So I get
Hail, friend, and well
LI
met.
experience for that, and a box that I need to remember to open. And then I also get to turn in the actual
Hail, friend,
thing.
and well met.
Uh-oh, there's a week. Oh, I
Can
didn't
I
pick up the
speak with
weekly.
you a
Oh, because
moment?
I hadn't done it yet, I suppose. Oh well.
Greetings, friend. Will
So
you
let
lend
me.
me your
Oops, I
ear?
just went and did that. Let me open this box before I forget, because the delving boxes expire after an hour, and so if you don't open it, it just disappears. A housing item. What did I get? A large framed map of Eriador. Okay. Where are you at? Oh, we must be on different layers. All right, Lalius, safe passage. Because everything is going so hard and is going so fast in Bree, and because they're anticipating, oh yeah, that's right. The next set of housing, the Rivendell housing is due to come out on Thursday. So because of that, I've already reached my maximum number of active quests. What? Oh, hang on. I need to drop something.
We should X out of them.
Oh, because it's started?
Properly pick up.
Okay.
Not sure how that happened since you've been doing this whole time.
Because I wasn't doing delvings, maybe. Oh, because I picked up the weekly.
Of course. Well,
Yeah, anyway, so Rivendell housing is coming this Thursday. It was going to be this past Thursday, but there was some glitch, and so they, and with the expansion or whatever it was that just came out, the new content that just came out, they wanted to like just wait and take care of that, and so spread the two of those things apart. So Rivendell housing is coming out on Thursday, and in order to deal with that, they went ahead and added more layering in Bree. So there's layering in here, which maybe doesn't always get hit all the time, and then there's also now layering like in the broker's office. Okay, should I go back into Lalia's safe passage?
no, we need to do this again.
Oh, okay. Evil in the ruins.
Just
Okay.
sorting out a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, the next one's fine.
Okay.
Will you give me a moment of your
All right,
time,
we have a
friend?
scout of the Eglain asking for help. So, I noticed that I was looking for Affadil and I didn't see her in here. So even though we're in the same fellowship, we ended up in different layers there. So that was kind of funny. Can I trade some stuff to you though, real quick? Awesome. My inventory is. Oh wait, what? Oh, okay. Interesting. It wasn't letting me initiate the trade. Well, I don't know. Maybe I should keep those two. Oh, should I put on that cloak that you gave me?
It's for you to evaluate.
Oops, I can't trade you that. I need that. Okay. Alright, and I'm going to shove all that stuff down. So it's out of our way! Rapid crafting. What is that doing in my inventory? Alright, let's throw... Actually, rapid crafting probably goes into crafting. Okay, so... Look at... the cloak. I mean, it's more armor. It's more critical rating. I mean, I feel like I should consider it. I'll just go ahead and put that on. And we'll get those pieces off of there later, maybe. Hmm? Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks. Oh, yeah. So, okay. So here's the deal about why I don't stay on the Whimsy emote. The Whimsies. So, yeah, it looks like that when you're running around, which is very cute. But I do a lot of role-playing, which involves walking. So when you're walking with that emote, you end up holding a staff, but there's no staff in my hand. And it just looks weird. So I just go with the normal movement style most of the time. So that's why I don't do that. Oh, but here we go. There you go. Affadil's got a nice staff action going on. Yeah, like that. So that's what it looks like if you're walking using the Whimsy emote. And that doesn't necessarily give me the look that I'm going for when I'm role-playing. So there we go. Oh, sorry. Achilles asked, when does... You shall not emote. When does the anniversary event end? I was just looking that up before the stream. So over on, like, oh, well, on the internet, you just, like, do a browser search for Lotro schedule, and this will come up. But I went ahead and put it into my Lotro pad, because I just find it easier to have it handy also. So it goes through May 12th, but it'll be 3 a.m. May 12th. So basically through May 11th. So May 11th is going to be your last full day for doing the anniversary event. So, yes. Pamela says, Rivendell housing, let's go. Are you going to get a Rivendell house, do you think? I'm going to. There's some folks in the Hobbit tree that are going to get housing, and so I will join them in that endeavor. Oh, so I was going through, and I'm going to go ahead and just cancel a bunch of these that I shouldn't have picked up in the first place. Those are all those anniversary scavenger hunt things, and I don't know what I was thinking. I just picked up a bunch of them, so I was feeling ambitious. Yep. Okay, so there we go. We'll go ahead and get those again if I want to do them in the future, but I don't have a need to do it yet at this moment. And it's so funny because I've done them before, like before, and I did them. Oh, hey, I'm emoting at things. It probably says that, like, yeah, I chuckled, I clapped, I cheered. Yeah, something up above saw me. I'm gonna get underneath where he can't see me. Neener, neener. Oh, and then for this one, oh dear. We have to, hang on. You know what I don't have on my bar is potions. Let's sort that business out. Well, let's take care of these guys. We have to click on that thing here. Wait, stop shooting me, you butt. Oh, well, now he's gonna stop shooting me. Alright, fix this in a minute. I have a lot of pets on my bar, and what I really need is health potions.
Not emotes.
No, that's a different bar. Emotes are fine. But what I do need to do is... I don't need the frog. Don't need the turtle. Jingle turtle, but still. What's that? Hobbit resilience. Anyway, let me drag over some morale potion. Scooch the cats. Actually, the cats could be over here together. And another delving morale potion. Sounds great. 15%. There we go. Now I'm prepared for combat. Aren't you glad I prepared for this? So this instance, we're collecting valuables from the war singers. I guess we're going back down. Which means we have to, once we take them out, we have to loot the body. They have a ring over their head, so you have to make sure you click on them. So I'll show you when this war singer goes down. So see, he's got a ring over his head, so we gotta go over and collect the item. And now he goes away. So yeah, I'm planning to get a Rivendell house. Some of you may have noticed I did some Rivendell housing preview stuff streaming on stream a couple weeks ago. I did one where I was just kind of checking it out and looking at the houses in general and like the hooks and stuff like that. And then the following week I did a tour specifically looking at each house and its location in the neighborhood and how I felt about, you know, is that the house I want to buy, or how, you know, what are some advantages and disadvantages of each of the houses that were there. So I feel like I got a pretty good overview of the houses. And then I went back because I was trying to figure out which house I want when we were talking about it with other folks. And oh, you ran away. And so I went back into the video and I put timestamps on it. So then if you're looking at a specific house, you can just go through the timestamps a little faster. Oh, we gotta get this thing off of this gaunt man. All right, tree valuables collected. Man, this one's taking a while, isn't it? I forgot this one was longer. Ready? Okay. Okay, up the stairs, right? Oh, there's a guy. Not the kind of guy we're looking for, but someone we gotta deal with. Alright. Something above? Nope. Okay. Something above us saw us and is running its way down, but I didn't see where it is. Okay. Who's gonna stand in that muck? I wonder if I can touch him from out here. Yes, I can. Yay. All right. You're Durin's minstrel. Nice. What am I? Oh, I'm a pie maven.
Durin loves it.
Durin loves you.
Yes, I know. For Durin told me so.
Goodness. Goodness. I'll just drop it in from above. Oh. We end up just retreating, yep. Well, we are doing this at like level 7 or something, aren't we? Alright, let's get some foods going. Plant some daffodils, that'll make us feel better. Okay, maybe not, I don't know. I was thinking the same thing. There we go. Get the market stalls going. Here, I'll carry our banner. I'm gonna guess I can't shoot things while I'm carrying a banner, so I'll drop that. Those are from the Spring Festival. It was a daffodil theme, which I thought was great. And of course, Affodil would have thought it was great, because that's the name in Dutch. Affodil, daffodil. No, I suppose that's true. We can't just cut through here, can't we? Alright. Oh, how funny. He's trying to get back to his guy and he's stuck. Cool. One of them is running down from above for sure. I saw him run by. I thought I did. He'll eventually find us. Excuse me. Oh, guy up there is confused. He'll find us later. Or we will find him. Oh, right, I've got that healing thing. I forgot about that. Press onward. I forget about that. Okay. Let me click on you. Well, I guess I have to click on his feet. What are you doing? Oh. I didn't see that one. Sorry. Pamela asks, which Rivendell house is your favorite, if you have one? There's two of them that I think I particularly liked. Let me see if I can. And they, like, the street name is W. I know that's not hugely helpful, but hang on a second. Let's see. What did I decide I liked? Oops, we're getting shot at. Hang on. I mentioned it. Oh yeah, Welling Way. I was gonna say Wending Way, but that's the wrong neighborhood. 3 Welling Way and 1 Welling Way, I think, are my favorites. And those are, so there's like 2 different kinds of houses basically. There's like the bigger ones and the smaller ones. And those are both bigger ones. But that's fine. Other people were interested in the smaller ones, and there's only 2 smaller ones in the whole neighborhood. So those got, I don't know if claimed is right, but requested pretty quickly. So I'm fine, honestly, with any of them. I think they're all pretty reasonable. So I was fine with I'll take either of those, whichever one ends up being open when we get to it on Thursday or whatever. Yeah, but I should probably remember to do that because Thursday will come and go, and it'd be really funny if I forget to buy a house. Well, there's only 7. So Pamela says you would think there'd be more smaller ones. There's only 7 houses in the whole neighborhood, so it's a small neighborhood, and one of those is a kin house. So that leaves 6 houses for the general purchasing. So there's 4 bigger houses and 2 smaller houses. So it's not really that huge of a difference. Yeah. Now, they are still kind of spread out a little bit as you're riding around. It's it is kind of cool. They all face in towards a central valley, which is kind of cool. Let me touch this guy's toes. So basically you have the neighborhood's kind of like this, and then there's kind of a valley-ish here, so they're all kind of facing in that way. So it's kind of almost like a semicircle of 3 houses there, and then a semicircle of the other 4 there. And the 2 smaller ones are in that first semicircle. Actually, after we get through this mission, I can show you a map, because the housing neighborhood map is up. Pretty sure. I think doing these on 7 is interesting, but it's taking a long time. At least this one. That's true. Before is pointing out that it provides us with better rewards, so we might get better, armor and jewelry and stuff that would help us then do these faster. So. Goodness, dude. Why are you so difficult? Okay. Pamela says, that's a nice arrangement. Makes everything fairly close to the town center and services. I'll check your video on it when we're done here. Yeah, check the second video, because that's the one where I did more of the neighborhood, where I was paying more attention to the neighborhood and less attention to the specifics of let me go inside and where's there a staircase and that kind of stuff. Because that's what I did in the first one. It was ooh, shiny, new house. Let's take a look at this new house. Where's the doors? That sort of thing. Whereas with the second video, it was more looking at the neighborhood itself and getting more of an idea of where are the houses, what's their views, all of that kind of stuff. All right, you ready? Okay. Goodness. There we go. Oof. Okay. That one that we picked up and then couldn't actually do, can we do it now? Available, let's see, current.
How
I
can I
should
be
be
of
good. Let me
service?
double check. I'm at 49 out of 55. I went ahead and dropped a few things.
How can I be of service?
All right, Lalia, safe passage. Yeah, should we give that a go? Okay, so this might be the last one. Oh, here, I think I should have some delving stones, though. Oh, hang on, let me open this box if I forget. I got clothing dye. Autumn leaf, that's nice. All right, so let me see. What kind of a delving stone do I have? Hello. Typing here. There we go. Okay, I have a delving emerald. That allows me to do delvings tiers 7 through 9. Oh. All right. Well.
How about 9?
How about a 7, I guess? I don't know.
Do lower.
Yeah, we could do lower. Problem is, okay, so this is what happens. When you click on the delving stone, it's like, do you want to do tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? And they're grouped by that kind of stone. So because we did a 7, it gave me a 7, or an 8, which is the emerald. So I can't do a lower one without digging through my inventory. Let's just do like, I don't know, what do you have on you? Okay. Tome of the Overgrown Bog Lurker. Ooh, nice. I don't have it. So yeah, I'll take it. Wait. Oh, it says I have it. I guess I already have it.
It comes from 19.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any of those boxes. So when you're doing stuff, you're supposed to be getting these like random boxes, and I haven't gotten any. So sad. Okay, we're doing a level 6. All right, we have to rescue her from all the big bads. So again, this is another landscape quest that may look familiar. Yeah, I guess we can skip along. Okay, so we'll do this, and this will be our last one, and then I will, I'm looking very Phantom of the Opera here. Sorry. I will show you the map of Rivendell housing. The sun is setting, and I did not pull the curtain that far there. I pulled the curtain to like here. There we go. Not quite. It's fine. There we go. Bright sunshine. Sadly, the cats are no longer in the sun. Poor things. The burdens they must bear. They have been lapping up the sun today. It was gorgeous. Sleeping on couches and, yeah, enjoying all of that. It's good for them. Oh, here we go. We're being followed. Ooh. Pardon me. All right, I think she's going to lead us into this group, but we'll kind of wait and see. Something is amiss here. Oh, is this where they come out of the ground? Nope. Oh, yes. Oh, welcome back. Yeah, I needed some healing there. Thanks. Guess I could take some of my pots. Alright. Heal the gunk. There we go. Oh, now we found some more. Over here. Okay, got another steel token. Oh, I should show you guys the steel token vendor too real quick. Okay, so steel tokens and Rivendell map. Oh no. Where did these guys come from? So back at the Spring Festival, there was this quest that you could do to let people know about somebody who was selling pies, and then as a thank you for that, she gave you a pie, and then if you eat enough of the pies, then you get a you get that emote to bring out this guy. I'll show you. Alright, so from the middle of nowhere comes this hungry hobbit saying, "Do I smell bacon?" He's like, he just follows you around for a couple minutes. And he says things every so often. "Bacon is the king of meats." But if you're in combat, he stands around like with his little fists up, which is kind of amusing to me that he understands what combat is. Doesn't help you, as far as I can tell. Just kind of stands there. Hmm? Oh, we failed Lalia's safe passage. Yeah. Well, I don't feel a need to come back in and do this one right now.
Nope.
That was taking a long time. Yeah. Oh, man, you're getting all sorts of goodies.
Yeah.
Oh, well. That's okay. I bought some hedges and stuff, so. Anyway, alright, I'm gonna get out of here and go look at stuff. So, big thank you to Affadil. Thanks for all your help there, honey. Sure. Got a couple more things. Although I'll keep my new die. That's fun. We're getting stuff that's like that level. Like 160. So thank you. Mwah. So, alright, I'm going to go look at the steel token vendor. Pamela says, "Thank you, FO." Yeah, I do find it a lot easier when there's two of us to do that sort of thing. I tried doing some of it by myself with... Now, to be fair, I don't know how to do a lot of my other characters. So I have a lot of characters that are like... That I have them just so that they can be doing the... What's that?
Festivals.
No. The titles. They're on that difficulty slider track because every time you get a character of a particular class up to 50 and then 130, they get titles as long as they're on that difficulty track and they don't leave the difficulty track at any point. So I have one of every class doing that, but I don't know how to actually play them. So what I do is I do festivals with them and use festival quests in order to level. So I did try doing one of those missions with one of them, and I'm like, I have no idea how to play this character. We're just not gonna do that. So yeah, that didn't work out for me very well. If I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my cat. I have a cat, Meowin as I call her. So that's a there's a whole story about that. I'll come back to that here in a second. But okay, so Keeper of Gifts over here, Angeline Green Pasture. If you talk to her,
What can I do for you today?
she has a whole bunch of stuff you can get, and anniversary tokens are a currency. Mithril coins are a currency, of which I have saved up a lot. Hang on, I'm going to try and sit here and see if I can get the lighting to readjust. That's a little better. Okay, and then steel tokens, which are those things that we were just getting, those are another currency. So I currently have 36. Apparently if I want that brown jerboa, it's going to cost me 120. But I went ahead and bought these hedges the other day, and they cost 40 each, which is why I don't have any, but I have hedges. So I can show you those real quick, actually. So that's where you want to come and spend your steel tokens. So let me go off to one of my houses in Lindleby, because they have fences, and that's how you use these hedges, is on the fences. So let me show you. So you go up to your house. Now, I haven't done a lot of decorating on this house. A little bit, but not a whole lot yet. But let me go ahead and go into decorating mode. So back over at the house, like by the doors, you'll find your ambient environment, your ambient music, and a fence hook. So I currently have a purple flowering hedge here. So you can look at it if we get closer, and that is what the purple flowering hedge looks like. So I'm going to swap it out for the red hedge. Wow, look at that. That is vibrant. Or the white roses. That's pretty. Or there's cattails. Isn't that fascinating? The cattails actually kind of fits. But I do like the hedges with some color. So we're going to go with that one, I think. So there we go. So now we've got some new hedges, which is kind of cool. I have a yellow hedge, yellow flowering hedge at one of my other houses, my other Lindleby house. So apparently the new housing is going to have, also it's going to have fence line, the new Rivendell housing. Speaking of, okay, let's go to Rivendell real quick. So Rivendell is there. So Meowin, the story behind me getting her, and I named her that, is there was, which festival was it? It was probably like 6 months ago. But one of the other people in the game that I roleplay with frequently got a chicken. Got a Dorking chicken, I think it was. Yeah, it would have been. And was like, would you like this chicken? I was like, that sounds amazing, sure. But the funny thing is, so Rose and Bloom is all about cats. Adamantia, her sister, is the one who's the chicken person. So Adamantia has all the chickens. So basically, I was like, that's really awesome. Excuse me. Awfully nice. Very awesome. Trying to combine words here. But I was like, I really want a cat. So, and at the same time, the person who had given me the chicken wrote a song that involved that story. And I was like, hey, that's cool, but I don't use the chicken. I think I'm a cat person. So wouldn't it make more sense for the song to be about me and the cats rather than me and the chickens? And so he's like, well, which cat? I was like, well, actually, this is me being a pest. So this is the funny part of it, because I was actually being kind of I was being a royal pest, right? Using my queenly power and position. So yes, when Eru closes a Dorking chicken, he opens a window king chicken. It says before. There was a couple of cats I didn't have, and that was the very fancy cat, because you have to get through the Ranges of Ithilien, and this character does not have the ability to do stuff at Ranges of Ithilien. The other one was the ginger cat, same thing, Ranges of Ithilien. I was like, well, do you have that ability? And so they went and spent like an evening with a couple other folks, I think, getting the tokens and stuff so they could buy me these 2 cats. So now the cat is a part of the song, not with that name, but just in just the knowledge of a cat. So I have, in honor of all that, I try to pull the cat out on a regular basis. And then also I am using this steed, which is, this is the whimsical steed. And there happens to be a cat in a basket on the side here, as you can see. And so when I hop down, the cat that is with me is very, very similar. It's similar enough that unless you look really closely, you wouldn't know they're different cats. So I just pretend that it's the same cat, and that now I'm carrying the cat in the basket with me now too. So yeah. Palmetto says, I love Hobbit RPers. They do stuff like that. It's really funny though, because now it's lyrics in the song to go with it. So it works out, but it's pretty funny. Okay. So we landed in Rivendell, as normally as a hunter can, and then rode around by the guest house and everything. And then, here. So there's like this T intersection that wasn't here before. So let me go back to this bridge for those of you who haven't seen this. So here's this big, carved tree as the bridge. And then normally you come around here and you're going this way, and then it's like you see the skirmish camp is also off in the trees over there here in Rivendell. So it's before you get to the skirmish camp. There's this new T intersection. Bum, ba, bum. And that's how you get to Rivendell housing on landscape. Now, we can't get in there yet. We can't do anything with it yet. But we can look at the map. The map is loaded into the game. So this is the new thing. And so when you're running up, you'll be coming up this road down at the bottom. You see that over there? The very bottom is where the roads comes in, that you're coming in. You're coming up through the kind of the valley. And so there's like this really cool river that runs through there. And then it runs throughout the whole thing. So there's these series of waterfalls throughout here. So there's a lot of elevation in this neighborhood as you're going around. So you have this kind of, this is what I was talking about. You have kind of like this first semicircle of these three houses. The one in the middle is one of the bigger deluxe houses. And then the two on the side, so this one over here and then this one over here, are the standard houses. So those are the smaller ones. So that's how and these, all three of them, you can pretty much, fall down and get to the town center pretty fast. But this is a cliff. Like, this whole thing here is a big old cliff. And then, this is a cliff here with a water, with a river running down below it. So it is very, it's very active topography, put it that way. So so you've got this first inner ring here, and then, through the various roads to go up, you basically have this second, what I consider kind of the second outer ring that runs here. So the kin house is the one up in the top corner, up by the little 19 diamond up at the top there. That's the kin house. And then, then the other three houses, so 1, 2, and then 3. And those are the deluxe houses also. So the 4 deluxe houses are like 1, 2, 3, and then 4 here in the middle. And then the 2 smaller houses are the ones on the edges. Well, hi, Annie. That was a Casper walking by. Yeah. Bye. So that's what the new Rivendell steadings are going to look like. And so they know it's going to be a bit of a, there are going to be a lot of people when these open up running in there to get housing. So you'll be able to go in through here and just pick a neighborhood and go to the center, which isn't terribly, terribly far then, once you're riding in, because you're down here at the bottom, and then you'll have to ride up, and then that's where you'll find the town center, where you'll find a housing broker. So there'll be a housing broker there, but let me go to Lalia's Market, because there's 2 other options in Bree of where you can buy Rivendell housing as well. Okay, so here I'm in Lalia's Market, and I'm at the south end. So if I were to go out this door, I'd be by the Boar Fountain. So let me go further and go completely to the opposite end. And this is where there's this kind of new section that I haven't really engaged with a lot. But basically, these boards on the wall, these paintings, however you want to look at it, they're housing brokers. They're housing boards. I think is what they're calling them in the game, or the devs are calling them. So the, sorry, just making sure I'm not going to set that on something and knock it over. So like this is Cape of Belfloss, and if you click on it, it's as if you're interacting with a housing broker, and you can, look at houses and stuff there. This one is the Kingstead Homesteads. This one is Eastfold Homesteads. So they're basically in the order they were released. So this will be Erebor, where the dwarven look is, and then you've got Lindleby over here. Hi, sweetie. Casper's back. And then this last one here on the end will be the Rivendell broker board. So you'll be able to click on that on Thursday. I think they said it was happening at noon Eastern time. That was the original plan for last Thursday, so I'm guessing it's the same for this Thursday. So, yeah. Excuse me. So at noon Eastern time, you should be able to click on that broker board and get into pick a neighborhood, just like this, like where you go to like purchase a house, and then it'll list all the neighborhoods and it'll list all the houses that are available in each of those neighborhoods. It'll look like that. So you'll have to figure out like, you know, what neighborhood, what house, all of that. So, and then also in here they've got like some fun decoration items, but unfortunately you can't like click on it directly and like buy it. But you can go over to this decoration trader and they have a
Greetings.
bunch of stuff, including homesteading coins you can buy from Mithril if you want, but you can buy houses with Mithril as well. But they've got these bundles, and I did play about with some of these bundles on the Bull Roar, because I was on Bull Roar for those 2 videos I did for the housing. I think it was in the first video I played around with the bundles a bit. So, well, the new ones specifically. I have gotten these throw rug bundles. Those are fun. I really like that. The rug bundles. But yeah, there's like 8 pages of stuff here that you can get now. So, decoration bundles, housing decorations, housing services. So like the stable master stand, so good. Heraldry of Shenga. Oh, I don't know what that's all about. What is that? 4 copies of each of the following. Oh, like if you want to hang pennants and standards. Oh, okay. Interesting. That's wild. Okay. And then, yeah, I love, like, the supplier horn is here, ingredient crates, all of your crafting, so the forges, ovens, gardens, all of that's here. The stable master, but then also the dock master. The dock master is cool. I have one of those. So, and those you can get for the homesteading coins. Whereas, like, you can go and get the dock master in Umbari somewhere, because that's how I bought it. I had to go get the tokens and get the reputation in order to purchase that. But now apparently it's here also for homesteading coins, so that's kind of cool. And then there's some various housing decorations that you can get using the homesteading coins. So that's what this is all about, is using those homesteading coins instead of like going to the place out in the world where you would normally get that thing, or maybe things that don't exist elsewhere. Honestly, I would probably go to the wiki or to Deco de Mio to make sure if I wanted to like see a thing, or if I wanted to know are there other ways for me to be able to purchase the thing. You know, if you don't want to spend homesteading coins, it's up to you, whatever. Also, this little model of the last homely house apparently is going to be available for purchase after. I didn't know that was open at the top. Maybe the model's open, maybe the real thing isn't, I don't know. Anyway, that's going to be available for purchase also, so that's kind of fun. Yeah, so you'll be able to come here and interact with a broker board. So that is one option. And then, let me get out of Lalia's. And then the other one is the usual location, which is the broker's office. So we'll run down there, but I'll show you why they're layering Bree. Because, gosh, it is crazy in there. All right, so let's zoom on down. And the broker's office is down here by the mayor's office. So I know you only have to go to the mayor's like once, maybe twice. Oh, excuse me. But there's the Bree Town Hall where you have to go upstairs and interact with the mayor, and then he gives you the travel to Trestlebridge quest. But here's the broker's office. It's out here in this square. So you come in here and the ceilings are low, so you can't really like elevate to look up very easily. And each of the housing brokers and their ledgers are all in here. So you can see how it's visually a little cluttered and hard to see. But yeah, and then every time they add another housing, you know, they're adding more stuff. So the new Rivendell guy, I'm pretty sure is going to be right here. So you're going to come in the door and there's just going to be tons of people standing here by the door, which is another reason why this is layered. Because then it won't be more than 25 if they may have layered it. They were talking about this on the forums, I think. They were talking about this. Anyway, I'm pretty sure the Rivendell guy is going to be standing there and his ledger will be there next to it. So yeah, so those are like the 3 different ways that you'll be able to accomplish purchasing a Rivendell house. So that'll be cool. Yeah, so gotta remember to do that on Thursday evening. Yeah, that should be all right. I'll be home. So yeah, how's it going? Almost there. All right. So any other questions from the chat before we wrap it up? Oh, I am currently at, so those, I forgot to show you, but those missions were counting towards the festival. So I am actually able to go and talk to Waldo Rumble and turn in that thing. So as a hunter, I went ahead and bound my camp to the hill. There's a campsite there, which is so convenient for when you're doing festivals. So I'll show you where that takes you. So yeah, so I end up here on the hill. Now, and we talked about this a little briefly, but when you're binding to something, campsite fire, milestone, whatever, wherever you're standing in the direction you're facing and all of that, that's where you will phase in when you use that skill. So that's kind of fun. So I usually set myself up so I'm like facing down here and ready to go. So I can go ahead and turn in my daily wrapper to Waldo Rumble. So there we go. And I'm at 2 out of 3 for finishing up that particular Uber wrapper. So that'll be nice to get that finished off. So Clariel asks, what's your preferred approach? Bree, Lalia, or run into Rivendell? That's a funny question, in the sense that the board is such a new thing in my brain that I forget that it exists. So when the Lindleby housing came out, I went to the broker's office because that's what I'm used to doing now. They've trained me to go to the broker's office. And it never occurred to me to do it like within the housing. But now I've been playing around with it and, you know, and I'm a lot more comfortable with that. So I think because we are, oh, and you know what? Also, because last time we ended up having to redo our housing was after this move from the 32-bit servers to the 64-bit servers. And so they did special brokers for us for a short period of time. So I used those, you know what I mean? So now it's like, okay, what does make sense? So for this one, because we've pretty much narrowed it down to like 3 different neighborhood names that we're interested in, then I'll just basically be waiting to see which neighborhood is the one that we get into, that we, you know, manage to get started on. So I probably will not do the broker's office because it's just so visually cluttering to me and a bit chaotic there. So I'm more likely to do the board, I think, at Lalia's Market, or go into Rivendell and just stand there and talk to a broker within the neighborhood. So yeah, Clariel says I'm leaning towards run in. Yeah, I know, right? And because it's so easy to get there with my hunter trouble, that's another reason why, yeah, getting there wouldn't be too bad. Like for Lindleby housing, that was hard to find. So that just running in wasn't really like the best option. But for Rivendell, it's easy to get in there from landscape. So that makes that a really viable option. yeah, I too am also kind of leaning towards running in because there'll be a lot fewer people there too, which would be kind of nice, is my guess. Or the board because I have traveled to Lalia's Market, so that gets me there like right away. But if there's a bunch of people at the board, it's also going to be kind of like a little crazy. So yeah, I think I might be with you, Clariel. I might be more inclined to just run into a neighborhood and find a broker there when it all opens up. I mean, in a way, I'm not leading the charge. You know what I mean? It's like I want to buy a house in a neighborhood where the rest of the people that I'm with are buying a house, but I'm not the one like, I'm not instigating the choice. I'm following. So in that regard, I don't feel quite as like frantic necessarily.
Like, how will they know what neighborhood to go into until everyone's there?
Well, yeah, how do we know what neighborhood to go into until everybody's there? What'll happen is we'll be checking on the Discord. So we're in a Discord server. So what I will be doing is I will be checking the Discord to see which neighborhood is happening right then and then get myself there. So you know what? I think I will probably lean towards trying to go inside the neighborhood and check it out from there and see how that goes. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that is. Oh my gosh, because I remember when Rohan housing opened, and so you were trying to go to Rohan to talk to a broker, but because they were in like, oh gosh, they were like in Edoras or something, and so you're like trying to get there, but if you're a low level character and that's who you wanted to buy your house, then you couldn't get there because you didn't have like, transit. And so if you tried to like, and I think I tried using like a mithril coin to get there, but my character was too low level. And so it basically was like, you're too low level. And it kicked me out of the area and back to like Archette. And so now I'm like, how do I buy a house when I can't get to the neighborhood? And people were trying to like captain people in or hunter them in, or like we were trying all sorts of things. And it was just, oh my gosh, it was chaos. Pamela asks, what's the partner elf faction to the Hobbitkins? It's Eldali, I think is the name of Eldali. Yeah, Eldali. Something like that. Talk to Demelza if you want to get in on that. She can, or I can send you a message in the game or something. But yeah, that's who to talk to. No, it's got an IE on the end. Okay. Or message me in the game, and I can send you. Yeah, I think that's it. That sounds right.
Did you get the mail I sent you?
Oh, you sent me a mail. I did see that you sent me a mail. I should look at it, I suppose. You sent me health potions. Yay.
They're the best ones.
The best health potions. They stacked with the other best health potions I have, so that's good. Yes. All right. Well, I think that is about it for me and Rose for today. The reason I ran over here to Becca Burdock is because I wanted to show you guys that if you have tokens from other festivals that you want to trade, this is the person that you talk to. So
Hello
like
there.
maybe you're just like Anniversary Festival is just taking so long and you're just not getting the tokens, but you have a bunch of things you want to buy. You might be like, oh, you know what? I have a bunch of Yule Festival tokens. I will spend those to buy, these boxes. And then when you open the box, you can choose
I do
from
for you?
one of these categories. So you could be like, I will take these 6 anniversary tokens, So it's not the best exchange, but it's, it's nice if you don't, if you have a bunch of tokens from one festival and you really want them for a different festival, it's a great way to pick those up. So wanted to point that out. And she's here year round, so you don't have to be in the middle of a festival in order to interact with her. So that is also nice. So, all right. Well, I think that's it from me and Becca and Meowin. So, thanks you guys for joining us today. Thanks for coming along and enjoying the festival with me as we ran around and then also did a bunch of missions. So have a great rest of your day. Stick around for B4, who is coming up next, and we'll be probably talking about some festival buddy, I'm guessing, or Deed Tracker. Yeah, there's a lot of new stuff in Deed Tracker. Awesome. So yeah, so stick around for B4, and I will see you all again next week for probably more festival. All right, take care, everybody. Bye bye.